Hello ladies and gentlemen, Pans here, and welcome back to Factorio, and it's really dark at night. So we've now got access to lighting equipment. I'm going to build a bunch of lamps. The sun is starting to rise, however, but I think this is something that we're definitely going to need. Just so we can see our way in the dark. Don't want anything creeping up on us at night. Absolutely not. So we've got a couple of lamps. Just to light the way, all the way out here. And just a little bit more pleasant at night. See, the lamps will automatically switch off during the day. Just have one near our power plants here and one further up here. So the base is mostly lit. Now have a look at what we can research for now, and I'm looking at maybe doing electronics. That will just allow us to get the smart inserter, although turrets might actually be quite useful as well. That will allow us to have basic base defenses so that we're not caught unawares, and maybe getting military as well and armor crafting. So I'm thinking what we can do is go for the gun turrets first. So we're still using the red science packs, and I don't really want to have to start researching things with the green packs just yet. But we do have a lot of materials being stacked up right there, so it's going to be quite backed up for a little while. You can see our iron ore is already quite nicely backed up there. It's still got a lot more space that I haven't used yet. It's just trying to keep everything as compacted as possible, but I will probably end up having to reorganize a lot of this. Just having a look at what we can make now. So there is turrets, and we're going to get military as well. Start making these turrets. So what do we need for that? We need a lot of iron plate, which thankfully we have a lot of. And stone wool, of course, needs stone bricks, which we will have to start putting together pretty soon. I think we can do with an electric drill for that. Alright, we need to defend our power plant. I think that is the main thing that we need to defend for now. And we need to, of course, give it some ammunition. So I could probably split that. So it has 6 magazines there. So that turret is now active. Alright, so what was the plan for today? Completely forgotten. I think it was to go after electronics next. And I think we can probably do that now. So let's go with electronics. That's going to take a little bit more time to put together. And we do have our smart inserters now, or we will have that in a moment. We could make ourselves some nice guns as well, and a submachine gun or a shotgun might be quite nice to make. In fact, we might actually do that now, since we have all of this leftover iron plate. Make us one of those. Just replace that in that slot there. Yeah. So we have a little bit more firepower now if we do get attacked. Hopefully we don't just yet. So I'm going to look at making an electric mining drill so that we can start getting some bricks put together. Which means, of course, having to put a lot more power perhaps into this area. So this drill will be going there. Just grab some stone and make a furnace. Because essentially what happens if you put stone into a furnace, it works a little bit like a kiln. and it starts making stone bricks. So let's put that one down there. We don't really need it to be doing anything else in particular. Just going to grab some fuel for the furnace there, so we don't have to worry about it for too long. And that, of course, will allow us to start putting walls down. So let's get the fuel in there, and power. Let's get some electricity down for that, and there we go. Easy. And there we go, that's a stone brick. The reason I wanted to automate that, though, is because the walls, which are here, require 5 bricks each. So that's a bit of a problem there. But no matter, it will be sorted out soon. I think the base is coming along quite nicely, you know, all things considered. We've got more than enough power for now, and we've got automated research, at least for the first level. So it is probably time to start thinking about putting together an assembler for Science Pack 2, because Science Pack 2 is going to require an inserter and a transport belt. And transport belts, of course, need the iron gear wheels as well. And that is a prerequisite for them. So what I could do now for this is let's just remove that and repurpose this. Let's take that out. We could set this to now make transport belts. And that will of course require steel plate as well. Oh. Okay, so I could probably put one inserted there. Maybe extend that transport belt downwards, I guess. Oh, that's researched. Okay. Is there anything that we can actually do at this level up? We could probably look at getting steel. Yep. At the moment it's really just sort of a matter of researching, like, basically everything. Just kind of want to halt that there. So that's making transport belts, and then now we need something that's making inserters. See, this is a bit tricky. You know what, actually I'm going to remove that and start moving all of this, so that we can have 2 assemblers, so one of which will have to be over here. So I'm going to have to move that. Let's make another assembler. Ooh, oil processing. That could be quite useful later on. Let's go for automation 2, second assembly machine. Yeah, assembly machine 2 would be very useful. Definitely very useful. Alright, so let's grab that inserter there, and put that there. Alright, so this one will then produce transport belts. Probably fit that there. So this one produces a set of transport belts. And then... Ooh. It is quite confusing, I gotta think about this. Because if we do that, then we don't have any red science packs being made. And ultimately that's what needs to go here. It's not entirely useful. So I need another assembling machine here. I think that will be the one that has to make the red science packs. Or we can put them in a line and have... I didn't need to make those transport belts. Bring that down here so that we have enough of those. Loop that back up. And just put that there like so. Alright, so that will allow us to have these, let's see, that would be making red science packs. But then there comes the problem again. We don't have our copper plate going into it. That's a little bit annoying. No matter, we'll sort that out in a sec. So what's the other thing that we need? We need to make inserters. So I'm just going to repurpose this for inserters for now. Inserters require the blue one, so we can't even make that with this one yet. So I guess this will have to stay on red science packs for now. This one making transport belts. Oh. It is a tricky one to figure out. I guess what I can do, let's get rid of these for now, is make an underground belt. And then have that loop like that. And then move these so that we have a loop that goes like that. And then we can use a long-armed inserter instead. So that will grab from that belt and put that there. Use a normal inserter for this one. Yep, okay, so that will then become part of this. Why does that not work? I think I need another underground belt. Yeah. Definitely looks like it. Another underground belt to make that sort of thing there. Yeah, I think this is probably the best way. So we have that inserted there, pushing out the red science packs. And we can have our electric pole over here or over here. I know, but then that one doesn't get power. I know. So let's put that there, and this one here. There we go. So now that can produce red science packs, and this one can produce transport belts, which will go over to I think I can make another assembly area here for Science Pack 2. So the transport belts will come out from here, and another one for... I think we could have an assembly machine 2 over here that will produce the... what was it? Inserters. Possibly. Oh no, but because I need one that makes... You see, this is the thing about Factorio. You see, the inserters here require electronic circuits and iron gear wheels. And you can't just make copper plate become electronic circuits. Like, if I just grab some copper plate here, I can make a circuit. But the circuit requires iron plate and copper cable, so that's where it starts getting very complicated to automate. So it's not something that can be done very, very quickly. In fact, I'll just grab some out of here. There's nodes. And just make some science packs to really kickstart this. Yeah, so we need to make something that can make copper wire. I think I could probably put that here and just siphon off the copper from here. It's probably the only way we're going to do that. Yeah, it definitely looks like it. I forgot to put the lamp back down. There we go. Or not. Put it here instead. So, yeah, I probably need something that will make a bunch of copper wire that we can make into circuits. So that can go, I think it should be fine if I put it here. The main reason I want to do that is just so we can have space to combine those things. These gear wheels as well. Yeah, so that will be where we put the copper wire. Okay, so that was... yeah. Sorry, it's just reaching the stage where it's starting to get complicated. Could even make a splitter somewhere up here, so we have space to split our iron plate production. So we have another set of iron plate coming out. Trying to think, where do I want to make this go to, though? It's going to take a little bit of very fiddly underground work. Yeah, that works there. Give us enough room there. And then we have room to make a machine that makes circuits. Hopefully. Yep, requires iron plate and copper cable. So that will come in from here. And then we can have the other one coming in from here. And then our power cable. So this is going to be producing circuits. And then for inserters we need circuits and iron gear wheels as well as iron plate. And we also need the upgraded assembler, which is this one. Yeah, we definitely need that. Because I believe this one will only allow up to 2 ingredients at a time. So because the upgraded assembler allows us to have up to... what was it? Up to 4. The inserter actually requires 3. So that's why it's much more difficult to do. We need the upgraded one as soon as possible. Unfortunately, we're not getting this through as fast as I would like. So I might actually upgrade that to an assembly machine too. Not because it needs more ingredients, but simply because it is much faster to produce. We can still work on making transport belts though. I can actually put that here instead, I think. Probably make another assembly machine and do that. So this requires... do I want to do that? Maybe not yet. Maybe not yet. I should just wait for it. So I'm just observing how everything's going, and I'm thinking... I've got one lab that's completely dormant. So I could probably help it along by manually making these. Honestly. They're a bit slow to make, but at the current rate I can make it faster than the assembly machine, so... That's something I'm gonna have to just do it that way. And now we can research faster because we got both of them going. I mean, it really does make them very, very slowly. So we've got red science packs going up here. Yeah, there really isn't much to really talk about at the moment. While waiting. How was your day? What did you get up to? Oh, okay. I don't even know. So, yeah. Oh, we've got bricks now. Probably look at making some walls then. Yeah, why not? Make all the walls. I'll probably start off here actually and just wall off this section of the forest. Because why not? I mean, there really isn't much to do with it at the moment, so I'll just do it that way. yeah, until the research is complete, there's not much else to do other than wait. See, once we have this, then we can start really getting things going, because, and we will have to, because the next things after this, really, pretty much everything else needs green science packs. And that's going to take a little bit more research to, or a little bit more complicated assembly to do. Which is fun. I'm kidding. This game is actually really enjoyable. It's just that it gets complex very, very quickly. I mean, we started off with just, oh, put the coal in the drill, and well, barely 3 episodes later, we're already like that. So, I'm keen to see how this gets on. Now, I have recently discovered as well that you can share save files, so if when this series is completed and you would like to have this save file, please do let me know. Of course, if there has been any updates before that, do bear in mind that the version that I uploaded might actually be a bit old at that stage, so that is something to bear in mind. But of course, if you do want it, do let me know. And I will make that available. Probably, if I don't forget. But of course, if you really want it, it is entirely up to you to remind me. Alrighty then, so we need transport belts, and this is an assembly 2. So if I were to make a green science packs with this, or rather, I need to make the inserters with this first. So that requires iron gear wheels, and it requires circuits. Now, circuits we have, so I can actually get a bunch of transport belts, and start making that available. You can put the thing for the iron gear wheels there. Let's put that one there. Another inserter for this. Oh, we're out of wood already. I think I can just gather a bunch of this. Should be fine. Oh, right, I need copper cable. Yoink. Let's just make some electric poles for this. Alright, so these circuits are now moving on ahead. I'm just going to throw that in there as well. And that should make us our inserters, provided we have the iron plate for it, which we don't. And it's just occurred to me that I made a mistake. That shouldn't be there at all. In fact, that should be down there, so that we can have this going this way. We can extend this down some more. We can turn that around like so. Alright, so this will allow us to make the inserters. And then we can extend this down some more. I said extend that down some more. And that will put the iron plates in. So the only thing left after that is to make transport belts. Which I'm not entirely certain how we're going to do that. I don't need a special insert, or rather a special assembly machine for that. Let's just think. I think what we can do with that is, yeah, this one will just make the transport belts over here. I'll have to extend this one down. Or maybe put it over here instead, so that we can have the gear wheels come down here some more. Yeah, that's working. Okay, so we get the inserters going down this way, and we'll bring this out some more. So this is for transport belts. And then this one is for inserters. Right. Might need to make a long-armed inserter for this. See, my plan is to plumb all of that out, and that will allow us to make the science packs. So we've got the inserters here, and we've got the transport belts here, and then we can have our transport going out that way. Oh, no, cancel that. Okay, so that will have to be there. And the reason I'm putting it there is just simply so it can reach the main line much faster. I'm just making a little loop over here so that we can have the science packs going on opposite sides of the conveyor belt. And that's just simply so that the inserters are able to make use of them. That's literally the reason. Oh, that's what I needed to build. I wanted to upgrade that one. Alright, so this can now extract there. Oh, balls. I shouldn't have done that. Okay, let's get that powered up. This was for Science Pack 1, so that should help to craft it much faster now. Let's grab the plate off there, make some more transport belts, and this is for Science Pack 2. Now, this could be a slight problem because they are on the same belt. So I think what I'm going to do is make a slight loop around instead. And that will just allow it to hopefully not get choked up, because yeah, the inserters won't insert ingredients into a machine. Like, this can be loaded up with a lot more material than that, but it won't do it beyond a certain point automatically. So this will only let it load up to 2. I believe this is also 2 as well. So it's a lot of waiting for that. Alright, let's have a look at what else we can put together. So, material processing, that will allow us to get a steel furnace, which will be quite useful indeed. I mean, the other thing we can do is look at making steel. We do need steel production. Engines will allow us to have cars and trains, which sounds like a lot of fun. I think we could start off with material processing for now. It is going very slowly. Let's just clear that belt up there. Let's load half of it into that. I think this is going quite well. It's still very compact. I'm really liking the look of it. But now we have our green science packs being pushed out to the labs. In fact, we could even extend this out by another lab. We have more than enough materials for that. Just going to amp up the production of research. Going to aid the production of science right here. So we'll have 3 labs. Just need some more electricity. We're kind of reaching the edge of our steam engine capability here. We might actually need to start adding more boilers and things very, very soon. There we go. So, with 3 labs built, and now we have our assembly for both red and green science packs. We have a very Christmas-collared sushi go-round going on down here for the progress of science, of course. And I'm going to leave that one there. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Panzer, and this is Factorio. And if you're enjoying the series so far, don't forget to leave a like, and subscribe if you're new to the channel. And leave any questions you have about the game, the series, or anything in particular down in the comments below. And I will see you next time.